click. We are on. Okay, so when we last left the group, you were near Roros at Stonewall. It's the morning. The group, one group now consisting of Ongen, Helt, Megan, Drit, and Hein are heading down the river. Down the oh god, I used to know the name of this river. I can't remember. Silver Stream or something, or the Green River. Can't remember. But anyway, that river to Axe Head.
Okay.
And the other group are in parts unknown.
They're on foot. Okay.
Who knows? But Thorin's gone AWOL. Tatwold, you guys found out that he's mysteriously disappeared from the jail. Exactly. Now I'll have it on my old map, but I don't want to open up another window. I've got enough of them open at the moment. The important thing is I know exactly how long it's going to take you and how many encounters you have to get there. So on the see, there's another window I've got to open up. And no, I don't need Traveler 77.
I got a little bit of fluff to notes. Let's see, area for falls or anything.
Interesting. Okay, there we are. So it is Holy Day, the first week of Hyson, as you head out.
Okay.
Yep. So just so you know,
I thought I made it out as
first day, Holy Week of Hyson.
Hey, no.
No, Holy Day is the 5th day of the first week.
That's why I was thinking. I could have sworn based on what I've been keeping track of that it was Ends Day, but.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So I'm a day ahead.
That's okay.
I'm not quite sure what these days mean.
Okay, so the week is okay. The week, there's 6 days to a week, and there's 5 weeks to a month. Okay, so you have the day, the week, and the month, and that's how you tell time here. So it goes Lee Day, Unday, Tors Day, Mids Day, Holy Day, End Day. End Day is a day, or Holy Day, you spend most of the time going to church and community-based things. Ends Day, you do half a day of work, and you have half a day off. Everything else is all work.
Okay.
And then amongst all that, there's a couple of religious or holidays.
Just so you know that Drit is actually not. He's not a very good swimmer.
Perfect.
As part of my character, yes, he's not a very good swimmer.
Was that really a wise thing to say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because if I make it out,
you're going to get around.
I can get extra experience points.
Right.
Maybe.
We'll see. Okay, gentlemen. So you take off. Now, Scott, your character helps. Was helped. Your character had brokered a deal with this merchant, and I haven't given you a name for the said merchant. So give me a second. Thompson. His last name? Richard Thompson. Tomsonn. Yeah, so...
Son of Tom.
Yep.
How many months are there in the year in this? Is it 12?
12. There's 12.
Yeah.
So if you want them
And
in
the
order,
new year is in the mid, yeah.
And that's just based off of... Well, that's interesting. Okay, so it's got like...
Surprisingly enough, New Year's Day was 4 days ago. But yeah, so the Dark White, Icebreak, Green Wind, Lightfall, Sunfall, High Sun, Reap Wind, Leaffall, Coat, yep. Shadow Sun, White Down, and Ski.
Interesting. Okay.
of the months.
Yep. If you look in the Dropbox,
I was going to say, yeah, the Dropbox is a calendar.
the Canon calendar is there. Yeah, and the year should be 1036. Yeah, no, that's all cool. It should be 1036.
1036. It's in the D&D.
Wouldn't we be?
Two questions at the same time.
I was about to say, wouldn't we be in day 5 of 1037 now?
You would now be, yes. It's just clicked over.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I go fantasy back to Bara.
Yep, and you'll see a note, if you've got note on your computer, and there's also a PDF.
Or a PDF,
which
and it's the last
will do the same.
page.
Yeah, I've got it on here, so.
Yeah,
it's
just
very
that the
last
note, in the note you can actually edit it and put in the days in the PDF. Of course you can't, you have to print it off. And
I need to use this more.
Yeah. Okay, gentlemen, so with that done, can I just have the larger group? Can I have I guess, over here, can I have a floating order, I guess? Who's in the front, who's in the second, who's in the third, who's in the fourth, who's in the fifth, the sixth, or because there are 6 barges / rafts. So if you guys can organise yourself into who's going in the first, second, third, fourth, or whatever. Yeah.
Canon calendar, there it is.
Right, yeah. So Megan, you want to be in the middle roughly. In the third or the fourth one?
Third or fourth what?
Raft, barge.
Barge / raft.
Okay, barges, right.
The third. I didn't know we were on barges.
Yep.
I thought we were walking.
Okay. Rightio. Who's in the first, second, fourth, fifth, or sixth?
I'll take the fourth.
We're in the ridiculously advanced scout group.
Right. Yeah. Who's in the first, second, fifth, or sixth?
I'll go on the second one.
Just died, but,
Who was that? Sorry, who said I'd go on the second one? Josh.
I'm gonna be at the second
I'm
one.
done. Yep. Who's in the front? Who's in the back?
I'll go. Steve.
Oh, what was that? Sorry,
So-
Scott. Just missed it.
I'll go in the front. Can't move my
Okay. Cool. So Home, looks like you're Home. Are you in the back one or the fifth one? Oh, he's not here, is he? God.
By the way, what are we bodyguarding down the river?
Merchant stuff. You don't know. It's just merchant stuff. It could be ore. It could be produced goods. It could be money. It could be all sorts of things. You don't know.
We're just transporting. It's just like
You are barge guards, basically.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. So that's your order. So the other two, I'd be presuming you're sort of side by side. Don't have an awful lot of order. Either one's in the front or one's in the back or one's beside each other. Okay, so back to the map. Get that sorted for when it comes. Okay, during the first day, you guys who are in the barges, you're making good time. The guys who are poling and paddling and all that sort of sculling, the barges seem to know their stuff. You make really exceptional time. You start out sort of just about pre-dawn, almost pre-dawn. And from there, you spend most of the day going down the river, and you actually stop just past the split between the two rivers. The river Running and the river Silling. That's right. So the river Running, I think, is the one that goes down south, and the river Silling is the one that goes west to east. West to east. So you stop, as I said, just a little bit beyond the break, perhaps around here somewhere. The day has gone pretty easily. You've been on the watch out. You've seen the odd the odd animal come from the forest and drink. You don't have to worry about gathering any food or anything. The merchant's already taken care of all that, and that's part of what's on some of the barges. So really, you just got to defend whatever is on the barges from what, if anything, should attack you. Who's that? Oh, Josh. Okay. So as I said, the day goes pretty easy. It's actually by the end of the day, you're all feeling sort of in that little odd ambivalent sort of nervy because you've seen nothing but forest on each side of the river, waiting for something to happen, but very relaxed because it's been like floating down a river. Nothing really major or bad's happened. So you guys stop about half an hour-ish before the sunset, set up a camp. You guys just have to set up your night duty. You'll be responsible. Your team will be responsible for 2 of the 4 watches. So the watches are only 2 hours each. So that gives you some pretty good rest. So Scott, if you want to divvy them up.
Drit will take first watch. See, do I have any way to...
Scott, you got any other ideas you want?
Sorry, what was that?
How do you want to break up the watches? You guys are responsible for 2 2-hour watches. So Drit's put his hand up to go in the first watch.
When is the second watch?
Okay, so the first watch is actually the second evening watch, and you've got the middle of the night watch as well.
Okay. I'll probably do the middle of the night watch because of the
Okay, so you're in the second one.
see at night
Yep.
thing.
Yep. Okay. Helt, which one are you going for?
I'll take the earlier.
Okay, so you've got Haim. You will be over there. Okay, so Haim and Ungan are in the middle watch, and you guys in the early middle watch. Okay. So the night, you can hear a lot of forest noise, and I need the 3 of you who got the first watch to give me a 5d6 roll, please, and compare it to your wisdom. And tell me where you got with it in comparison.
A mile over.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm over.
That's rough.
Yeah, quite far over.
Like 6 over for me. Drit.
Brilliant. Okay, and then we go, so Scott, if you can roll for Haim as well for the next watch. So Ongan and...
More than 10,
Haim, if you
holy
can
shit.
What was I?
I mean, I suppose this is the better roll
5d6.
to do that all.
5d6 and compare it to your wisdom and tell me either how much over or under you got. Excellent.
Oh, good God.
Over for once. I'm over by 5.
Okay. And Scott, can you roll or someone roll for Haim, please?
Someone else. I'm having some issues.
Yep.
Yeah, I got it.
Watch Heim
Not that,
crush it.
not that I know what Hein's wisdom is. I would say it's not that high.
No. Hang on a second. Just give me a look. 12. So no. Okay, cool. So you all go through the night, and there is very, very little issue. As far as you're aware, that is. Because, I mean, I couldn't give you away too much information, could I? That'd just be too easy. So I'll ask... hang on a second. I'm going to do this by whisper. So can I please get Thorin and Tatwold, how are you going to organise your watches and stuff?
I think we're going to basically organise that Tatwold will take the sort of the... Well, I'm probably the most endurant, so he'll take the first sort of third to sort of... 3/8 of the night, and then I'll take the remaining 5.
Okay.
Mm.
Alright, can I get you two to roll 5d6, please, versus your wisdom?
Miles over.
Jesus.
Where are these when you need to roll to hits?
Yeah,
Right?
roll damage.
Oh, that is over by 1.
Damn.
Oh.
Okay.
Yep.
Catwall,
Not very
I just
wise.
want to. Okay.
Yeah. Yep, over by 1.
Okay. So if you can pass that on if you wish to, Tatwold, or not. Okay. So the next morning, you wake up. No one's dead. Woohoo! Yet. You continue. Oh no, you don't. I've got something to do, don't I? Yes, I do, because I've already pre-rolled all of this. So, can I please get Thorin to give me a D6?
Roll a d6.
Well, that's a good number to get. Okay.
Not surprised. When?
Un momento, s'il vous plaît.
I will have given Dan probably, despite the fact that they may be a little bit out of his sort of style, a spare set of clothes or something like that to wear that don't look like they're rags from a friggin' dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that'd be nice.
His clothes were quite okay.
Okay.
They didn't damage his clothes.
I was about to say they just stripped him. They stripped him down of everything else but his clothes.
They
didn't throw dungeon rags or anything like that. Right.
So he's got clothes, but that's about it.
Okay, well then he'll have a dagger off me. He'll probably be carrying a little bit of the weight that I've normally got.
You got a sack?
Yeah, I've got a sack.
Well, give him a sack and some stuff to carry.
Yep, exactly.
Makes it easier for you.
You can't swing a quarterstaff, can you, Tatwold?
I can try.
He can try. He can try. It just might not hit, but he can try.
Yeah, so dagger and a quarterstaff he can use.
Okay. Cool. Okay,
So a dagger and a stick.
A dagger and a stick. Yes. Okay, so the next day, no, not next day, sorry. We're in the middle of combat, so we need, you spy, you hear something, and you guesstimate it to be approximately 50 feet out in a direction away from the river. That's all you know.
Away from the river.
And it seems to be heading towards you. So, are you casting spells?
Let's see.
Yeah, is this in the night, is it?
Cool, so just initiative roll.
Was it in the night, or?
This is in your shift, really early on in your shift.
In my
The
shift.
other group, so you guys can sit back and watch and relax.
At which point my first thing would have been to sort of nudge.
Wait, why would Drip be aware of it then? I was first watch.
No, it's me. Me.
Oh.
Thorin.
He asked me if I was casting any spells. I wasn't.
No,
I know exactly. Is Thorin casting any spells?
It was a piss take on the fact that I'm a fighter and the only thing I cast is either run away, stab, or defend.
Gotcha. Never mind.
Oh, look at that! I go next.
Yeah, yay! So you go to the end. Okay, so you can hear something coming towards you.
Okay.
Something barrels out of the dark. It's lowish, roughly 3-4 feet off the ground. It's quadruped, I should say, and it comes charging straight at you. And it will try to attack you.
Pick.
Your armor class is what right now?
Well, if I'm the one on watch, I would have my armor on and my shield up, so it would be a 3.
A 3, so that means I need that one. Okay. Boom. It narrowly misses you and keeps running.
Oh shit.
Stops and starts to turn. You can't. There's no major
No
fire or
light.
anything to see it by. It's probably a pig, but if it is, it's probably a bloody big one.
Yeah.
Okay, on a 1. What do you do?
Yep. I nudge
Yep.
him awake, and
What?
I will. Yeah, I was about to say, we're under attack, and then also move on it and attack it. I think I
Okay,
should be able
when
to
you
do
go.
that with my movement.
Who did you nudge?
Tatwald's the only other person in my group.
Okay.
That will miss. Nah, it'll hit. It'd be scary if it missed. Damage, please.
Yep, just quickly looking at what I do. 8.
Okay, you definitely feel like your sword is bitten in quite deeply, and you get a response, a squeal.
Yep.
So it is probably more a pig than like a cat or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a few other animals, but probably a pig. As I said, a large pig, standing around about 3.5 feet at the shoulder.
Oh Jesus!
You got a damn.
Boar.
Yeah, you got a monster boar.
Spider pig.
Spider-
No,
That's
spider
right.
pig walks across the room.
Yeah, like he would have
So,
come in
Dan,
swinging.
Dan, you can't attack it right now, but what do you want to? You can get up and move, but you can't get up and attack it
Okay.
and move. So what do you want to do?
Okay.
So you've got some movement to use. You won't get a lot of movement because getting up takes off most of your movement.
Okay, I'm gonna try and move around. Just try and start moving so I can get behind it.
Okay. How far wide are you trying to do and which side, the river side or the forest side?
So probably forest side.
Yep.
And
Damn it! I can't find the damn piece of video that I wanted to post.
probably 30 feet, not
30 feet?
large.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
No, that's all cool. So you get about a third of the way around that circuit.
Okay.
And that's sort of roughly where you end. Any weapon that you've got ready, or both, or what? What are you doing?
Just the dagger.
Okay, cool. Okay, rightio. We're going to the next round, and are we having any more spells casting? No?
Yeah,
Okay.
stabbing repeatedly.
Okay, so Tatwald, give me an initiative and beat a 2. Five. You guys are first, so missile fire? None? Unless you're throwing your dagger at it in the dark.
No.
Into melee. Awesome. Movement is... sorry, spells next. No spells.
No
Movement next. So Dan, sorry, Tatwald, sorry.
Yeah, I just want to try and get behind
you're
it.
trying to get behind it. You're not trying to be sneaky or anything.
No, I just want to try and...
Okay, as best you can. Position yourself in as best a possible position.
Yeah.
Okay. Rightio. Then you will move the rest of your distance. You'll come up on its left flank. You won't be able to get behind it, but you will be able to come up on its flank.
Cool, that's all good.
It doesn't give you, unless it's using armor, it doesn't give you a bonus. But
that's all good.
That's
just
where
two
you
different directions.
Yep. And then then we go to melee. So I would just say probably Thorin, you got a chance to do that first, and then Tatwog, as he moves, comes up and has a hack as well.
Armor class 2.
That'll hit. Damage.
10.
It squeals and starts to wobble and go down as Tatwald. Make your attack.
I suppose I get a +3.
No pluses. Unless you're talking about strength or magic. Else.
Oh, okay, so it's just a D20 straight up.
Yep. What does that hit?
I don't...
5 for him.
5. You hit. Damage, please. And
That's
it's
a
a mid-sized
D4.
creature, so it's a D4.
He only does
Yeah.
1d4.
4 points of damage. That's pretty good. So let's see. You did 10, and he did 4. Let's just have a
And I
look.
did 8 last round.
10. Minus 4, minus 6, minus 10. Okay, Tatwold. It gives out one final squeal as it drops onto its side. Just so you know, Thorin, you know that these creatures in game turns, once it gets to 0 hit points, it still will continue to fight until it drops to a certain negative number. These things fight for a long time.
I was about to say, it rages.
Yeah. So you've got a nice piece of bacon for the morning.
I was about to say, we've got bacon for breakfast. And we're about 50 feet off the river, are we, did you say? Or are we right by
No,
the river?
I didn't say how far you were. You choose how far you are.
Okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to take it, gut it, keep enough for us for sort of, well, probably the day ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Stick it in a second sack that I've got. And
Right.
then I'm going to drag the corpse with what's left of it fresh down to the river in the hopes that whatever else is thing, and then we're going to move camp probably 300 feet up.
Okay.
I'm hoping that the fresh kill will keep anything else away.
Okay. So just
Or attract something because of the smell of rotting flesh.
well, you know,
It's like hanging bait.
Yeah.
Well, that's the point. That's why we're moving up the river a good amount.
okay, and then you settle down, and then you go back to your watch, and the rest of the night goes fine, and you wake up and you're fine. Next day, you guys on the rafts, wake up in the dark. The guy wants to get moving quickly. Obviously, he's very anxious about the whole situation given what happened in Stonewall. You take your places. You're on another day of traveling down the river very fast. These guys are really good. In this part, you notice that there will be around about, I'd say about an hour or so, and it's roughly here if you can see a little kink in the river. There is a set of rapids that you have to go over, so you've got to use your muscles as portage to pull the rafts out, put them up on your shoulders, move them over and pass the rafts, because rapids, if you went through them with the rafts, you'd probably end up with a lot of broken sticks. So that takes the better part of about an hour and a half just to do all that, because it is quite cumbersome and difficult to do. But as you do it, once you're back in the water, there are the odd little drops that the rafts can handle, and more milder rapids, but those seem to be the biggest ones, and like some of them drop like 6 or 8 feet. With these ones sort of like are a foot here, or perhaps the biggest one's 2 feet, so slightly dangerous. But as I said, the people who are guiding the boats of rafts seem to do their job very proficiently. And by early mid-afternoon, you find yourself being pulled into Axe Head Harbour Port.
Oh, cool.
So you come out of the forest on the southern side. The forest is still on the north, and the river widens quite considerably on the plains. So by the time you get to Axe Head itself, the river is about 2 to 3 times wider than it has been in the forest. So when you get there, the guy thanks you. He pays you for 2 days' work. He'll pay you 4 corin a head. So you each have 4 corin. And you're in Axe Head. So Axe Head, you enter through the port, through the dock. You will notice that there's quite a few officials who come over and investigate. They ask you who you're traveling, where you're traveling to, all that sort of stuff. You have to talk to one of the officials, either Ongan or Help, whichever one of you wants to do it. Anyone in the group can do it, but you two might hold a little bit more, I guess, officialdom, if you like.
Yeah, I'll talk to them and
Yeah.
ask them if there's a good druid in the town while I'm at it.
Okay, yes, yes. There are some druids still here after the solstice. Oh, I'm getting some feedback from
Excellent.
someone. Yeah, so he can direct you to them.
Right, I'll immediately head off in that direction. Shouldn't go with one guy.
Okay,
I'm
rightio. So
sure
you're doing that.
I'd probably be following as well.
Okay, so
Obviously I'll go
the rest of them, they don't, as long, they don't seem to be as I don't want to say cautious, but they don't seem to be so pointed about security and stuff. But you get that feeling you're back in sort of normal human, where they are, once they know your story, they're happy to leave you alone, sort of thing, and be a bit helpful. So Axhead, it's a place that is primarily on one level. There is, towards the back in the forest, a built-up mound which holds the Castellan, and the Castellan in this case is basically a very fat, wide, you would estimate about 3 foot tall tower. 3 foot, 3 stories, levels tall tower. 3 foot tall. It's a halfling village.
I think if it was 3 foot, if it was 3 foot tall, I might actually stand over it.
Yes, there you go. Cool. G'day, Dave.
I thought we were starting in about 20 minutes normally.
Daylight saving.
I thought
Your
your
daylight
clock's
saving
already.
No, we've been going for about half an hour.
That's okay. That's all cool. We're expecting to be a little bit busy with you.
Don't worry. You had a great time sitting on your ass doing nothing for 2 days.
Going down
Excellent.
the river.
Going down a river.
Nothing. Yeah. Meanwhile, the other team has so far encountered some sort of big, huge boar beast. Okay, so you guys are in this.
That'll only make Haim jealous. Do note his love for bacon.
Right. So you guys, the rest of the day, you walk down, and you are roughly 2/3 of the way by the end of your walk. You set up same shift, same thing.
Yep.
Okay, so no healing, because if you've had any damage, no healing because you had an encounter in the night, so it didn't go through. So we'll just go to that night. So just as we're going through that night, you guys decide how you're going to do your watches and stuff. Back in Axhead, guys, what are you, apart from meeting the druids, what are you guys doing?
I'm looking for a place to like meditate and maybe practice some of my magicalness.
Right.
Rainbows and shit.
Okay. You'd probably have to do that outside of Axhead, and you'd have to find someone willing to let you do that on their land if you're going to practice magic. If you're just going to study and like,
yeah, that's what I'm studying. Yeah, just meditate and study.
Meditate stuff, that's fine. There are actually, Axhead has some very fine hostelries. It has some very fine inns and taverns. So you guys have got quite a wide choice of around about 7 or 8 different places to stay. There are some less embellished establishments, nothing poor or bad or anything in that way, just more plain and basic. So it really depends on your how much you want to spend on where you want to stay in Axhead. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Haim, you've got 2 more Corin in your pocket. 4 more Corin in your pocket from your guard duty.
And that's in Quarry, is that in Dwarven Cash or another?
Sorry, very true. That'll be in bar. So you guys have 4 bar each.
You'd all be so lost without me.
Yeah. So you guys, you're looking. Okay, so I'll just quickly go through Ongen and Helt's encounter. So you guys do find a druid here. They actually, in Axhead, they do have a druidic circle. So that means this is one of the few places where you constantly have druids. And there is actually one of the higher ranking druids established here.
Okay, well, I guess we'll approach him and reason. You would know what I was on.
Can you speak up a little bit, Scott? You're fading.
Hang on, I'll put my headset in.
Okay, maybe.
Is that any better?
Yep,
That's better.
I can hear you much clearer.
Yep, so I'll approach him and introduce ourselves and
Sorry, Scott. Hang on. Dave, can you just mute yourself for a second? I just can't quite hear what Scott's saying.
Oh, sorry, Jen's on the phone.
Yeah, that's quite. It's just I can't quite hear Scott. He's on a wireless. Okay, sorry, Scott. You're saying introduce him is where I got up to you.
Yep, so introduce ourselves to him and Druidic. Explain that I was on a mission to scout the Serpentine on behalf of the Druids, obviously, and tell him that we encountered something or someone named Witzel, or at least it appeared to be his name, who unleashed a powerful casting on us. We never actually met the being or person, but it was his calling card was there. We defeated it, but we're wary of pressing further given the danger that we were under that encounter. And that mission was just to scout, not to go too deep. And then I need to get that message back to the council for a start. I'll then go on to explain our discovery in the Iron Swamp of the carriage.
Right, so he asks for a lot of great detail about the carriage, and he asks if any of you are artistic enough to draw a representation of it.
I could definitely give it a go. I'll do my best to.
Okay, so he brings someone in, a scribe with some paper and some charcoal, and asks you to, as you're explaining it, both you and Ongan, he asks you to, keep going and keep on with the retelling of what's happened.
Yep. So it appeared to have come from the demonic realm, and while we were there, the people we were with managed to retrieve what we believe to be one of the swords of power.
So he's a little bit knocked back by that. He says, "Are you sure? How do you know?"
Just
explain. At that point, we explained the whole with the Revenant and all the things that happened, the possessing and so on and so forth. The odd dream, which I was 90% sure was caused by that sword. So, explain everything that's happened since we acquired that sword that makes us think that it is the Sword of Chaos.
Okay. He says, "Where is the sword now?"
And also, luckily, the party member who managed to get his hands on it is a close friend of the Druids, and was sent here to accompany me by the elder Druids themselves.
But where is he now?
Well, if you read chat, he actually wanted to be there with you.
I actually thought he was with us, but
that's okay. That's okay. Yep.
Yeah,
so you introduce them.
With us, then with us.
Okay, so the druid just walks over to Chaim and just holds out his hand and welcomes you. In Druidic, you understand that, and you can sort of respond in kind. It's not much; you can't go much further into their language, but you do understand the basic greeting and all that sort of stuff. And his face doesn't change. He's just completely the same interest, respectful of you, and says so. are you a Gog who was born on this island, or do you come from Gotland? Dave. Oh, I don't know. Okay. Okay. Who just dropped out? Oh, there we go. Josh, you're having in popping in and out. Okay, so he says one of my brothers over there tells me that you found this sword that you're carrying on your back in the swamp. Okay. He said, would you not pull it right out of the scabbard? Would you mind just pulling it about 3/4 out of the scabbard so I could look at the blade? You might want to talk, Dave, unless there's lots of noise, but it's just I couldn't quite hear Scott, that's all. I don't know. Do you feel... Oh, okay. Do you feel that there's anything in his demeanor that he wants to take it off you?
Okay, she's off the phone now. I can talk again.
Yeah. So do you feel that he's said or done anything that would indicate to you that he wants to take it off you?
No, but...
Okay, so what are you doing?
I kind of think that the druids probably would like to have it for themselves rather than have someone like me with it.
Don't know.
You've got to draw your own conclusion on that one.
I'll be on my guard, and I'll do as he asks to sort of show him a part of the blade.
He looks it up and down. He said, "Could you turn
How close is he to me?"
Oh, he's about 3 feet away.
Is he within grabbing reach?
You have to step forward a bit first.
I'm going to ready to step back.
He's quite an older man.
I'm going to ready to step back if he steps forward, and I will do as he asks.
Okay. He says, "Thank you. If you can put it back in the scabbard." He says, "Do you feel any particular attachment to this sword?"
Haim like. Haim like sword, sword like Haim.
Right. So, so you tell me that this sword has told you it likes you, and he's all serious. You know, he's serious about this. Okay. Okay, that's all cool. Okay, so you answer him yes. Okay, that's cool. He says, "Has it said anything else to you?" And while we're doing... Oh, okay. No, only apart from that one time where you guys were up in the mountain, you were attuning to it. Really, is the only real time that you can think of. Yeah. Yeah. While I'm waiting, also Andy and Daniel, if you can give me another 5d6 roll, please. It talked. You can't quite put it into words what it actually said to you, Dave. Sorry, Haim. It was more of a close, non-sexual, intimate discussion of understanding, commitment, bonding, I guess is how you could describe it. Also, Dan, can you give me a 5d6 roll, please, as well?
Yeah, I'm just typing something to you quick.
Okay. Okay, that's all cool. Okay, he says, well, thank you. And he walks off and he turns around. He's about 15 feet away from you. He turns around and sort of looks a bit thinking, and he just looks at you dead in the eyes. And he says, "Have you ever been overwhelmed by the feeling that you've got to kill everything?" "Thank you," he says. Then he goes back into... that's all fine. Tatwald. Yep. Okay, so now, Helt, you've seen him in action against the bugbears. Did you want to say anything?
Against what? Sorry, you mean
when he was in action against the bugbears? When he berserked? Oh, the gnolls. Sorry, the gnolls. I beg your pardon. The gnolls at Atwood. At Head.
Well, I mean, he was definitely rampaging. He didn't like. It wasn't. I don't know, because I didn't really. It was never. He didn't. Never turned on us. He never.
Sleep protected.
He looked like in a frenzy, but it didn't look like, he never got to the point
Okay,
where...
so the druid asks you, do you think he could tell friend from foe? He's asking you in druidic.
He definitely, yeah, I'll say yes. He definitely, we had a great epic battle against, probably 40 odd gnolls. He absolutely decimated them with the sword.
Right.
But
okay.
he never once tried to attack us.
Well, perhaps Gaia has provided a good guardian of the Sword of Chaos. I don't know, but everything indicates to me that at the moment, if he, and he's switched back to common to Hame, so you can sort of understand it. That I don't think at the moment you have much to fear from your friend. Yes. Perhaps we can talk a little bit more about some of the other business. I have a mission that you may need to undertake for me, in private, of course.
Yep. Well, we'll carry on discussions. Maybe we could get something to drink while we talk. It's been a long journey.
I believe it would have been.
Am I included in this offer, or have I just been standing there all...
Yep.
Okay, cool.
No, you would have been putting in your words.
Oh, you've been clipping in every now and then to add different things that you'd forgotten or things like that. So.
Yeah, no, that's all cool. That's all cool.
What were you doing? I never really found out what you were doing there in the first place. Maybe you need to fill in on your own mission details. I don't know.
Yeah. So
it was very cool. Yeah, it was very similar to what you were doing as well.
So he just takes away and talks to you two, as described, and then he releases you to go about your business. He will pass the message on north and south about your revelations. Oh, he also asks, what are your immediate plans?
Was to deal with the carriage, was it?
It's a tricky one, really. We feel obliged that we know that someone needs to take care of that carriage.
He suggests that if this is indeed a demonic or a carriage or item, you'll need some strong magic to sanctify it. So he suggests that he's got some men that he can send, and he says, of course, no disrespect to you, but I need to entrust this relic to people who I know will get back to me with it. They can take the job of doing so, and I will ask you to continue with your other missions.
Okay, that's entirely fine by me. In fact, the last place I want to go is back to that swamp.
In fact, that's probably the best case scenario for us, I think.
Okay. Right, he says, so where are you likely to head?
Well, I guess we could head back and attempt to find out more about what's going on in the Serpentine.
That's
but without any, if there's anything pressing that requires attention.
I do have an important message I need to send to the Burgermeister in Borisov. Would you be prepared to undertake a short journey by sea to Borisov?
Borisov?
It's north. It's near Gommelfell.
I don't see any real issue with that.
Well, he'll ask you to do that and then release you to do the rest of your work that you have to do, unless the Burgermeister might request you to do an additional task. It would be good if you could help him. He'll definitely need people of your caliber, but if you can deliver the message, that will be enough.
No, I think that would probably work quite well.
Okay. He gives you a bone case in a leather pouch, so it's really nicely waterproofed. He hands over a small purse of 10 bar for your passage. And thanks you. He would ask you to travel to Smorgon at all haste, and from thence to Borisov at all haste.
Very well.
Right. Okay, you guys, the rest of you guys, Megan, Preth, and is that it? I think that's the only other two, isn't it?
It's only Megan and Drit.
Drit and Hreth, yeah, but Hreth's still there.
Oh, Hreth's still there. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I know what Drit is doing. What would Megan be doing?
Too easy for that question.
The pub. Okay. Rightio, you find some really fine establishments. Are you wanting to get rid of your 4 bar quite quickly? These guys have fine ales, wines, beers. It is I
cannot remember the spirit speciality of Axehead.
It doesn't have one. It's just, no, Axehead is just, it's got a lot of selection.
I was hoping you're saying that it was that I'm willing to lose my money in gambling.
Oh, you can in Axehead, yeah. Oh, you just got to find the right pub, matey. Right in.
Yeah.
Tavern, sorry. Okay, so you look around for one of those. Okay, that's cool. So they do tend to be towards the dock area. It is.
Good.
It's slightly rougher, but not majorly rough. You know, it's not. It's just a little bit rougher than the other places. Axehead is quite a pretty, if you want to look at it that way, pretty little town with fences and gardens and tall wispy trees and all highly manicured and all that sort of stuff. It's quite funny because it sort of really does stand out from the rest of the landscape. Yeah. So, yep, okay. So we'll have a game of Pyramid then. Do you know how to play Pyramid, Sid?
I'll learn.
Okay, so Pyramid, you go 4 tiers. You use 5d4, 4d4, 3d4, and then 2d4. What you've got to do with this is constantly diminish your target number, yeah. Okay, that's all cool. We'll go on with it. So, and at each level, based on what your total is, so you roll 44, you get 16. So you're going to put in a bit of money. Your next number, though, it might be, it might only be 8. So you still get with the next roll of 3d6, 3d4, you still got to get less than 8. You can't have 8. You've got to get less all the time. So you've got a good chance of getting less, but it's not as simple as it looks.
No,
and you've got to meet the other person's bet all the time, otherwise they collect it. If they all they got to do is roll, and if they get their number, then they collect it, and that's it. And they probably won't play with you again, because it's one of those games where you're either in right to the end, or you don't bother playing.
Screw it. Let's go. I just got paid.
Okay, so the guy, so 5d4 is your first game. So the guy you're playing against, he'll put up half a bar to start the game. So you got to match it, or you don't have to bet over him. It's only in the second round where you start to have. So whoever gets the best one does the next bid. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll match him.
Okay, rightio. So roll your 4d6, 5d4. Before we do that, so Drit, if you want to join this game, you're more than welcome to. Jacob. Not sure.
I'm dumb. I had my mic muted. I was already talking.
Okay.
So Drit is actually going to go to the barkeep and get a decent ale, nothing like fancy or anything, but I'm going to take my ale and go over to the gambling table and watch them play for just a minute. Then I'll hop out a second.
Cool. Okay.
How much is the ale?
The ale, you just want a decent ale, just a pint of decent ale would be around about 5 centibar.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you get pretty good drinks here for a pretty good price.
Wait, which
if
one's
you
lower?
start talking to the barman,
yeah, I'm gonna call the wench over and be like, "Hey, bring me some food."
Okay. If you do start talking to the actual people who work in here, you do find out that there are quite a few small breweries around the place, and that's why they've got so much. So most of the fields to the north,
microbreweries.
Yep, is sort of like lots of hops and lots of other different things that they, and of course they import lots of.
Oregon, but
okay,
with,
so
hippie dwarves,
Wellington,
hipster dwarves. So yeah, that's fine. But I wanted to order some food and sit down and watch them play.
A fairly standard meal would be something like a fish stew or a meat stew, cheese, bread, just the basics. Or you can try something like a ploughman sandwich sort of thing, which is not hot.
I'll take some bread and like some fish.
Okay, right. That's another couple of centi bar. It's food here is pretty cheap. They've got they got the forest right next door. They got the river right next door, so they don't charge a hell of a lot because it's more something to keep you in there drinking sort of thing than anything else. Gambling skill will help you, Megan, if you've got it. You've got gambling skill.
Yeah, it's the only thing I've got. From an axe.
Okay, so 2 things you can do. You can either use your gambling skill to try to predict to outthink the other player, or you can predict it to actually cheat.
Let's not cheat on my first day.
Okay.
I'm sitting right next to you. Please don't cheat.
Okay, so we'll do the first roll. So your guy lays down half a bar, and he rolls 11. Not the best roll.
Not the best start for him.
No.
5d4.
5d4. You got the 13, so you got the next bid.
So yeah. So what happens now?
On the next one, you're going to roll 44, and you've got to get under 13. So pretty good odds. So you probably want to raise him a bit.
40. Okay. Yeah, I'll get it. I'll put in. What are we playing with bars?
Yep.
You put in half a bar. Let's put in a full bar.
He's still in. He's still in.
Okay. So I roll
we
first,
go down.
Right?
Yep. And then he
44
rolls.
and get under a 13.
Oh, nice.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, it's bad because it makes the rest of them really hard. But here we go. Here's his 44.
Thought he had to get under 13.
Go bust.
Oh, he's even in the worst.
Ow. Goodness
This is sad news. Okay. Now, do you want to bring your gambling in?
Yeah, but not to cheat. Just to, I don't know.
Just to try to outthink. Okay. So, give me a the average of your intelligence and your wisdom is what?
I've got it.
Round up.
It'd be about 9.5.
So
10.
Okay, 10. Okay. Rightio. So I'm just going to do a roll versus him. Just give me a second. Just to see if you can... Yes. Okay. Rightio. what you do, you're not cheating, you're trying to outthink him. So what you're going to do is you basically are going to be able to roll your 3d4. You're not actually cheating, but this is how the mechanic will go, and you'll get to choose one to re-roll.
Okay.
Okay, so you won, so you get to go first. You've got to get under a 7.
And hang on. Does he want to adjust his bet? Does he want to push it up?
Up to you.
Yeah, I want to put another half bar in because we're currently at 1.5.
That's 2 bar. Okay, that's 2 bar. Where you go?
All right, so it's 3d4.
3d4, and you want a bunch of ones.
You can re-roll 1.
7.
Yes. You really do want to re-roll that, otherwise you just lost.
Yeah, so you want to re-roll one of the 3s.
Yep.
Okay, good luck.
And a 1 or a 2 keeps you in.
Oh.
Okay, now hang on. If
he can
rolls,
still fail more.
Yep, here we go.
He can still flub it more. He gets a 6, which is equal. It's the same number.
Okay, so you go to a tie-off, okay? Because you both happen to just hit the same number of your previous roll. So the field is open, so you both get to roll a dice, and whoever rolls the lowest dice gets everything.
All right.
You are still winner, so you dictate how much he's got to put in to stay in the game. You can try to put in a lot to try to get him out of the game, but if he stays in, then you've got to make that 1d6 roll, and you can cheat if you want to try to make sure it's lower than his.
1d6.
1d4, sorry, I mean. So how much do you want to make him bet?
I don't know if this guy will back down on this game.
Which one's higher, Sandy bar or bar?
Centi bar is 100 pieces makes a bar.
Yeah, think of it like a centimeter in a meter. There are 100 centimeters to a meter, so there are 100 centibars to a bar.
That's a good analogy.
Let's just put another bar in.
Okay. And a second, hang on.
I want to see this game out.
Is it too big for his liking?
No, it can't be.
No, it's not. He puts in a bar. Okay, you're both down to 1d4. Now, we'll roll, and you get 1 chance to cheat, if you choose to take it.
What do I do when I cheat?
You cheat. You've got to roll 3d6 and get a 10 or less. And if that's the case, you can alter the number of the dice. If you roll and get over, you've tried to alter the number of the dice. He's seen you and calls you out.
No, you know what?
You don't have to cheat, but you can try.
If I win, I get money.
Like you rolled. Yeah.
If I win, I get money. If I lose, I get a friend. That's what I was thinking here now.
Okay. So you get to roll first.
All right.
You've got to get the lowest number.
Oh my goodness.
Looks like you've got a friend. Unless you want to take that number, because that means that you tie, and being the winner from the last one, you get to up the ante again. Entirely up to you.
How's he looking? Is he happy? Or
he's looking resolved. He's looking cool.
Let's put another bar in there.
First of all, you got to cheat to change it because you've lost at the moment.
Oh, cheat. Nah.
So do you want to cheat?
I'll shake his hand.
Okay. Cool, Wally. Thanks you very much for your money. He says I'll be happy to play again.
Yeah.
And then Drit's gonna go, hey, can we do this 3-way?
Of course you can.
Let's do this.
It's simple game. So, since Drit's the new player, he's going to let Drit. He picks you to put in the first denomination, Drit.
So I'm gonna go ahead and make this a bar game.
A bar. Okay, rightio. You put in a bar. The other he matches it. He's got tons of money now. Thank you, Megan.
Yeah, I've got 1 bar. I've got a good. Can I break up my centi bar, or is it just that's it?
Centi bar is 1/100th of a bar. You need 100 centi bars to make a bar.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the other way. No, I've only got a bar, so.
Do you have any quant bars?
No. He's not rich like you, Drit.
We started the game pretty broke, Drit.
So if he runs out, I'll actually spot him a quant bar here. But he's gonna have a promissory note to pay me back.
Yep.
So he'll have a legal binding document.
Yep. Okay.
As long as it's not a spiritual, magical one.
Okay, so quant bar is
I'm
equal to
good for my
5
word.
bar, just so you know. Okay. Okay, so
Quad
you
bar.
put your money in, and everyone roll their dice. So he gets a 15. He's sitting pretty happy with that.
Was it 40?
It's,
5d4 at the start.
Oh shit.
Oh, Drit. Okay, he's winning. So he looks at you, Drit, and says, "My friend, it's a shame taking money off you. But if you want to stay in the game, it'll cost you another bar."
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go for this. I'm actually gonna raise him another bar because I'm cocky.
Holy! He's feeling pretty confident. He'll accept. What about you, Megan? Are you putting in 2 bar? Or
Sure.
you canning out of the game? Okay.
Well, if Megan
Everyone
wins,
roll.
his winnings go to me anyways. He borrowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's his money.
Yep. Okay, so 44 guys. Don't forget,
Three
at any time you
bar
want to, Megan, you can use your gambling skill.
Do what? Which
Oh, I
one?
matched
To try to outthink them or cheat.
I matched it.
Oh,
Oh, that means you're out. You've got to get under.
You've got to get under.
Unless
Unless everyone else busts.
Yeah,
I'm going to
let's
try
see
to
what the guy
outthink him.
gets. The guy gets a 9. He's still in. He's happy. Okay, radio, which means he's got to make the roll. So just give me a second. No, you don't see any advantage this time.
All right. 45.
Yep. So 45.
44.
44. Yep. And you got to get less than 12.
Nice.
You're okay. He's still winning though. So he says, my old friend, we'll just go half a bar.
How much is down there already?
3.5 bar.
It's only 2.
3.5 bar.
3.5 if you accept. If you don't
One
accept,
bar.
he takes all the money anyway.
Yep.
No, I'm just counting how much I've used up. I've used my 1 last bar.
You've used 3. Oh, well, sorry. If you were using the quant bar, you've used 3 out of its 5.
Okay, yeah. Well, no. I would have used 1 of my bar because I still had a bar left.
Cool.
Okay, well then you've got 2.5.
And then used 2.
You got 2.5 left. So are you playing? Okay. Radio. He rolls. He's got to get less than 9. Woohoo! That's a good number.
You've got to get less than 8 on 3.
Can I try to outthink him?
You've already tried. It didn't work.
It's only one time. Alright.
No, you can each round, but the thing is you've already tried outthinking him.
No, not this round. It was last round that he did.
Oh, okay. Rightio. That's cool. Not quite. Doesn't quite do it. But you can still cheat. So you got to get under your 8 with 3
dice.
Yeah, alright. Let's just go. No.
Oh!
Okay.
Your ass off.
Now is the time.
You want to try to cheat.
Alright, let's cheat.
3d6.
Like, damn, I'm already in a hole here.
Now, does Megan have any intelligence bonus or dexterity bonus?
No.
Okay, rightio. 3d6, 10 or less.
Unless 12 give me a bonus, but I don't think it will.
Damn, I wish I had that gambling skill. Damn.
Oh, it's dangerous in some places.
10 on the dot.
10. Okay, which dice do you want to re-roll?
One of the 4s.
Okay, where you go?
Oh.
No, still
over.
Okay. Yeah. But he doesn't know you cheated, so you lose all the money. But he says, because you've been such good gambling buddies, a pint of the finest, whatever these boys want.
Yeah, I still owe. What was it? Drop? Yeah.
Dread.
Dread a quarter bar. Dread.
Okay, right. So you guys have been gambling and doing that sort of stuff. Back to the 2 in the forest, just for now. So later that night, what's the watch system you're going to be doing?
It was the same sort of thing, except this time we'll do half and half. Cat Wild first half, me last half.
Yeah.
Okay, so can I?
And I will be as horrible as it is sleeping in my armor.
What armor do you wear?
Studded. It can be done, but it's uncomfortable as shit.
not the best.
Yeah.
Just trying to go back to where you rolled your 5d6s for me.
I flailed, and Dan, I don't think he ever did.
Dan, can you roll your 5d6 for me, please?
I got 8 over.
8 over. Okay, thank you. Okay, so the knight goes through, and again, can I please, Thorin, give me a 1d6.
Is that
You're
3
not
again?
surprised. Yep. And I just need to do...
Distance.
God. You hear something far away, but it seems to be coming towards you. It seems to be more of a, it's not a light step. There's some heavy, deep breathing, but that's all you get.
Okay, yeah, I will quickly...
it stops, and then you can't really hear much, and then it carries on, and then it stops, and it carries on.
Okay, I will shake his foot awake, but I'll have my hand over his mouth so that he can't talk immediately and give us away.
Yep. Radio. So as you get up this time and you're ready for whatever, Tatwell, the two of you can see looming out of the trees around about 30 feet a really tall, it's sort of vaguely human shape, but it's far too wide and far too indistinct. Like you can sort of see the head, you can sort of see the arms are really broad and big, but it's roughly 6, perhaps a little bit taller, feet tall. Really, really hard to see.
Okay, so as silently as we can, we will gather up.
Yeah, it stops and sort of, you can hear it, whatever it is, sniffing at you.
Okay, so is it upwind, downwind, based on what I can feel coming through as far as breeze goes?
Not much of a breeze in the forest.
Not much of a breeze. Okay, so yeah, we'll just quickly and quietly scoop up our gear, and attempt to sort of, I'll let Tat lead as best as we can. Try and circumnavigate the creature. Is it sort of more inland or more towards the river?
It's coming from the forest. As you sort of move, it sort of is following you.
Okay, well, we'll
making some sort of grunts. Can both of you give me a 4d6 roll, please? This is your intelligence. Oh, sorry, my cat's on the keyboard again. No, you can't do that, Bubba.
Oh, why couldn't it have been wisdom?
Yeah. What about you, Tat?
Sorry?
Or an average of the two even?
46.
46
versus your intelligence. That 6 on the end just screwed me.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. Okay.
Wait, how
did you get a 9 on a 6-sided die?
Yeah.
Because he exploded it. Take the 2 exclamation marks away, please.
I just did roll 46. I did it through the dice.
Yeah, you probably got exploded on...
well, that just means it was a 6 and a 3, so you just take 3 off, which still makes 16.
Ugh.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you take 16 points of damage?
No, that was a skill roll.
Okay, so as you go, this thing is lumbering, following you through the forest, and it seems to start making sort of low growling noises.
At which point...
Can I try and move silently?
Of course you can. I'm not sure why, but of course you can. Give me a second.
Better. Are we near the rapids, or are we past the rapids?
You are roughly on the map. You are roughly about here, so you're not even coming up to the rapids yet. Oh no, sorry, you'd be a bit further. You'd be coming up to the rapids, but you're still roughly a mile or 2 away. But you don't know that yet. What's your chance, Tatwold, for moving silently?
It's less now, but it is go down.
It's less now. Why is it less now?
Because I don't have my armor anymore.
It's better then.
It'd be better.
I'd be better without. No, my armor gave me a plus 5%.
Ah, yes. Sorry, I understand. Yes, you really want that armor back.
So wait. But you just said it'd be greater.
No, yeah, and that would only be if I'm using the Arcana Walls, which I'm not. So don't worry about it. Just what's your percentage without the 5 on top?
38.
Okay, rightio. You move through the forest like a spirit.
I, on the other hand, still thunder along.
Yep. So what are you doing, Thorin? You were thinking about doing something else, were you?
I'm going to try and sort of, well, given that I can't even hear him anymore, at least I hope he's still behind me. It's following and grunting. Okay, so it's probably calling friends. Not that I really want to. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Okay, I'm going to essentially pick up the pace a fair bit, which means that I will probably create some more noise.
Mm-hmm. And well, you can definitely tell that whatever's behind you is lumbering faster towards you. It's matching your pace. If not, possibly you can hear it sort of coming closer. And those moany, growly things are getting a little bit more on the aggressive side.
Right. Okay. Because I have no idea if Tatwald's still behind me. I'm going to, like, do I still have the sack that we had the pig bits in?
Yep.
I'm going to attempt to sort of wrench that free from wherever I've got it, and I'm going to drop it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to then quickly change direction and sort of try and get into a small copse of trees and get down, get low, and see if it stops and sort of gets an eye on that instead. So probably within 50 feet of that.
Mm-hmm. Well, you do it. Actually, the creature does whatever it is, does stop and sort of goes back down onto 4 legs and sniffs around, and then you can start hearing it sort of chewing, biting into the piece of meat.
Cool. At which point I will, and again, still hoping that he's behind me, try my best to, quietly move away and get back to probably once I'm about 100 feet, sort of down the way, back to the river, and I'll wait for Tatwald.
Okay, Tatwald, can you give me a D10, please?
There we go.
Wow, that was good. You come out about 150 feet down further, so you're about 150 feet further on from where Thorin is.
Okay.
You can definitely tell it's her because, I mean, you do have a bit of light here from the night sky because you don't have all the trees hanging over in there.
Right.
Caw, toogie toogie.
Yeah,
Oi!
I'll go.
Who are you? Fuckwit! That's an odd bird. I haven't heard one of those before.
Yep.
Right.
Okay, so the two of you meet up. What are you doing?
Meet back up. We're going to move, again, very slowly in the moonlight down the edge of the bank, probably half a mile, as best as we can, and then we're going to camp again.
Okay.
And
rightio. Okay, so that night, you both will heal a hit point because you didn't have to fight. You are a little bit tighter in the morning, but that's all cool. I'll just go back to earlier that night. It's okay, Drit. So, sorry. First of all, I need to know, Haim, Ongun, and Halt, what are you guys doing? Because I sort of got you at 3 different time periods now.
I assume they would have been go back, try and find the others, see what everyone's going to be doing from this point onwards.
Okay, so where would you look?
Actually,
Or
yep, any of them. But what were you going to say, Scott?
I was just going to say that I would have asked the druids to send someone to the pub to try and find them.
Yeah.
So
a quick hit in the door and say, no, not this one.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. Try and locate them, and when they find them, give them a message saying that we'll be, assuming the druids have somewhere to put us up, which I assume they will. And then we'll be staying with them tonight, but we'll meet them early in the morning wherever they're staying if they let the messenger know. And
well, they're actually in a tavern, not an inn. So yeah, yep. So perhaps you just tell them to meet by the druid circle or something.
Oh yeah, that works.
Yeah,
earlier the better.
Yeah. Okay, so Haim, you ask him what he knows about the sword. He says if this is a sword of ancient power, it is very powerful. He says if this is a sword of ancient power that I think it is, then you hold a lot of capability to change many people's minds. He says if you ever do talk to the sword, I would only counsel that you do your utmost best not to follow its instruction. He says, while if the sword is what we believe it to be, it's not an evil sword per se, but it is a sword, a capricious sword. So one must be ever vigilant. It might whisper sweet things into your ear, which will later turn out to be quite false or quite detrimental to you and or your friends and loved ones. You have to be aware, you have to exercise an awful lot of wisdom in using this sword. But in saying that, I would say give the same counsel to anyone who held either of the other two swords. It is actually best, and I'm not going to suggest that to you because I do not want to risk any sort of reaction. But it is best if they could be placed somewhere away from anyone being able to use them. But I am, as I said, I am not that person to suggest that to you. And that's sort of where he leaves it. Okay, Drit, back over to at the tavern. Yep, Feldman Oberon.
Okay, so
Son.
I want to charm him.
I forgot the sun on the end of it.
Yeah, I want to use charm person on him.
You want to cast a spell on someone?
Yeah, I just want to charm him. Like.
Uh-huh. Okay, so you know charm person is quite an obvious spell.
Is it like a mass charm person, or is it just like...
No, if anyone else was near you, they would know you're doing something to him.
Oh, well, maybe I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I mean, but that doesn't exclude if you can get him alone and do it. That's a completely different thing.
I'm going to ask him, actually, if he could take me to see, like, his wood stove that he cooks on. And then I can actually help save him wood and fuel, which would actually lighten his workload during the day.
He says, how would you do that?
Well, with magic, of course.
Oh. Okay, I'll just do a quick roll to see if he's poor trusting soul. Thank you, but no, I don't usually get the patrons into the kitchen area. But it's very kind of you.
Well, damn it. Alright, well, I'm just going to tell him I want a room for the night.
That would be good, sir, but I am just a tavern keeper. I don't actually have rooms.
Oh, it's not I said like a pub/inn. Okay, well, I guess I'll just leave.
Okay.
Megan there to gamble and drink some more, and I'm going to let him know I'm going to head out and go find an inn.
You don't have much money to gamble with.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm just going to let him know I'm going to go find the nearest inn from wherever I'm at. in this tavern.
Okay, that's cool. You find quite a reason. Now, do you want a common room, or would you rather have a shared room or a private room?
I want like a spacious room, man. Like somewhere I can meditate in and kind of sprawl out.
Private room would be best.
Yeah.
Okay, rightio, you can get a room. It depends on how expensive and how much you want for your money. You can get a private room, which is like a single room with has a little desk and a chair and a place to put clothes and a wash basin, or you can get a room that has a very comfortable looking large bed with a roaring fire if that's what you want, and a steaming hot bath in the same room with a big huge expensive desk, a plush leather chair. So you range from that to that sort of thing.
How much
Where
is that?
roughly would you?
The one you just said.
That big one? That big one would be around about 7 koran a night, 7 bar a night. But that does come with all your meals. You do have room service until midnight. Yeah.
Sounds good to me. I'm just gonna take off 2 of my quant bars and
get 3 back.
That's cool. Put 3 back in the
so
bars.
They give you a menu for you to order your meal. So there's some quite.
I mean, I already ate. Just like, well, never mind. I can eat again. Fuck it.
Well, you were probably eating in the afternoon. This is now sort of the early evening.
Yeah.
Did you want them to draw a bath for you?
Hell yeah.
Did you want your clothes to be washed and ready for you the next day?
Absolutely.
That's all fine. They do all that. That's not a problem.
I'll just have like some like a light soup or something, like a revitalizing soup.
Rightio. And would you prefer a wine or something heavier?
Nah, wine's fine. I got studying to do.
Okay, rightio. So they do all that, and they lead you into a room. It's beautifully appointed, very plush. You have several lamps that you can adjust. The light level. They have got the fire stoked and ready. You hear a knock on the door as you sort of settle in. A young man comes in and sets the fire and says, it will take about half an hour, sir, for the bath to draw. Will that be appropriate time for you to take your bath?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, and he says if you wish anything, he shows you a cord. He says if you pull that, that will indicate down in the kitchen that you require something. I will be available to come here until midnight to meet any of your requests.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna just go do the bath, and then I'm gonna turn all the lights out, and after that, sit in front of the fire, and I'm actually going to manipulate it with magic, like just kind of play with it and practice, I guess, like the most basic fundamentals of my magic.
Cool. Okay, well, you have an extremely pleasant evening.
Okay, and I'm done.
Yeah, that's all cool, because they do actually send up a little supper with some sort of warm drink, slightly spiced, a selection of cheeses and some breads and things just for you to nibble on during the night or whatever. And the young man, he comes in and draws the bath for you. Did you wish him to wash you or not? All that sort of stuff, so that whole thing is all put on.
No, he'll just see me fashioning my sponge around my quarterstaff with like string or something so I can like loop up my back.
So he says if you give him a moment, he can get you a looper.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I'll just quit making mine and then put my string away and just kind of like stand there a little awkwardly.
So he comes back and he has a selection of oils for you to put in the bath, whichever particular smell you want, sort of thing, and a scrubbing loofah as well.
I'm not gonna use the oils. Just regular water's good with me.
Okay, well, he leaves them there for you if you want them. You can always put them in your backpack.
Yeah, I actually want to change my oil. Yeah, are they flammable?
No, because they wouldn't be giving them to you if they were flammable. But they do have some very strong scents in their purest form in these little glass vials.
Yeah, I'll put them in my backpack. I'll save them and take them. And yeah, I'll sit there and play with magic after I'm all done and whatnot.
Okay. I believe, Megan, it might just be the night. I'm not sure. Okay, so Megan, what are you doing?
I guess I'm holding out and waiting for Thorin and Tatweld, because that's what I'm doing to be doing here.
Cool. Yep. Okay, so
I'm finding the cheapest, dirtiest fine.
It's not done dirty. They're just basic. That's all. So you're just a common room for you, and Freth will come along. You're offered a soup and some bread if you want a supper meal. It's quite convivial. There are various travellers moving to and from. You see a couple of the guards from your previous rafting trip who sort of just not acknowledge you. You know that, Dave, you know that his character, that when they went to get him to hang him, he was no longer in the cell. That's all.
I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who knew about Thorin, or someone else did. Someone else.
No, you then.
Yeah, but someone else saw me and her talking about something.
Yeah, that'd be Colorado. Oh no, Ongun.
No,
Ongun did, but
Ongun.
he said nothing. Ongun.
What are you doing out of the bowl, you fucker?
Okay, so you guys, all that's happening during the night. The next day you wake up, you two are walking. The rest of you have had that message to meet as early as you can at the Druid Circle. So not trying to typecast, but what time does Megan get there?
Where?
At the Druid Circle.
I didn't even know I was meant to be there.
You get a message.
I don't think I can be there.
He's missing.
Well, if it says anything urgent or something like that, then it's
No, just said as you at your earlier, the earlier the better. That's what I think it said.
What's your normal wake
time? I'm an early morning gym rat.
Okay, so would it be Drit that I'm talking about? When would you get there?
Oh, Drit. He wakes up at like 9 o'clock. So
okay,
like
late in the morning. Okay, right.
Yeah, he'll be there like 8. He'll be like early for me is like 8, and they're all meeting at like 6 or 7. So yeah, he'll be like an hour late.
Cool. You're really enjoying the comforts of civilization.
Yeah, I was busy still playing with fire in the morning, so I had other shit to do.
Yeah. Okay, rightio, Heim. Heim's probably sleeping in the Druidic Circle. Just so you know, Heim, you are actually no longer aligned to or near a ley line. So you guys meet, apart from Drit, at the Druidic Circle with Ongun and Hreth there. And Megan, Drit's nowhere to be seen at the moment. What do you guys do?
Okay, I'm going to explain.
We can't hear you, Scott.
You.
I don't see why.
You're sounding quite distant, matey.
It might be because my battery's dying.
Okay.
Oh, there he goes. Came through perfectly there for a second.
Yeah, it's probably
for a
battery going. It's very close to dying. I'll try and plug the power from take the power off my tablet. Plug into.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds like he's talking through a walkie-talkie.
Is that any better?
Negative Ghost Rider.
It's very slightly for me. Go with what you can, matey. We'll try to make it out.
Is that better?
A little bit.
Okay, well, this is the best I can do now. Anyway, so I'll let them know that I've been given a mission to get to that place, which I can't.
Borisol.
And that if they'd like to join me, they're more than welcome, basically.
Okay.
I'll organise passage
Mm-hmm.
and be heading off today. If I can do that.
Okay. So, just at this point, Frith stands forward and he says that just the events over the last couple of days have shaken him a little bit, and while he believes that you are all good and proper gentlemen and adventurers to be with, he feels that he needs to return to somewhere a little bit safer. He does hope that he can re-meet up with you when he feels a little bit more emboldened. and that you would accept him as part of your team again. He does give you an address should you ever be in Jara to look him up. You're more than welcome to stay there a couple of days while you adjust to the city. It can be an adjustment. And he feels that he needs to head back home at the moment.
Can't make it anymore.
He's basically, Lincoln just wants to rest from gaming for a while, and I said that's cool. I'll try to park, rest somewhere safe. So he's going to go back down to Jara, somewhere safe, and just wait. Should you or meet you on your travels by accident somewhere next time? So it's a good way to sort of walk him in and out of the story.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
All right. Well, how are the others feeling about joining us on our quest?
Megan?
I'll just make it very clear.
Sorry, what was that?
I'm just going to make it very clear that I managed to convince them not to need us to go back to the Iron Swamp. So it's a much better trip. It's going to be a much more better trip next time.
Right. So right now I'd like everyone to do a 4d6 versus their intelligence, and if you can tell me by how much.
Sorry, what
over or
happened?
under.
Because I couldn't hear him.
Sorry, so Scott said that he's got a new mission. He's managed to convince the druid that you guys don't have to go back into the Iron Swamp, but your new mission is to go to Borisov.
When?
He hasn't said that yet, but when he mentions Borisov, I'm just going to tell if anyone's goes under by what extra information.
Sure he said that he wanted to leave today.
Okay. Rightio. So
I'm over.
So
but I will pipe up and say I gotta wait here for a friend.
How long would you need?
Hopefully only a day.
I think we can probably wait a day. It'll probably take a little bit of time to get the ship organised.
I'm only hoping a day. It could be more, but
okay. Well, I'll organise passage, and if you're able to come, then
cool.
Do you need me to make one as well, Steve?
Yes, please, Ongan.
Yeah, I think of that because I really Sorry.
One over, actually.
One over. So who's got under? Drit has got under. Anyone else got under? Their intelligence. How close were you, Scott?
I was 2 over. I only have 10.
Okay. So Drit, Ongan, how are you? You're over, weren't you?
I was under by 4.
I was under by 4. Okay, rightio. So Borisov, Drit, you will have some information. Do you want to share this information? It's general information. You happy to share this with the group?
General information?
Yeah, general.
Like just something everybody would know?
You're not going to give away any secret magical stuff, if there is any.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. So, Borisov. Drit is aware that Borisov is now the northernmost capital when Gummel fell. Ergo, Gummel fell, the name. So it's taken in several refugees. So although Borisov was a village of around about 600 to 700 people, its population has blossomed to well over 2,000. So there are several pressures. He is also aware that there is a largish military presence, primarily sent from the Kingdom of Kirk to try to shore up security, but also there are some representatives from some other places. He's not sure, because you come from Kirk, don't you, Drit?
Kirk, where's that at?
The island of Jara.
Jara. Is that your hometown, Jara? It's the big one.
I'm looking for it. Where is it out on the map?
South of where we are at the moment. It's spelled K-RK.
Yeah.
Okay, Jara.
Yeah.
I can't. I want to build like a little, like maybe Arthur
A
over
little
there,
one?
like
Okay, so
a little
right,
village,
so
like yeah.
okay, that's cool. So you come from Crow, but you studied in Jara. Does that sound okay?
Damn it.
Yeah.
You move? Cool. Okay, right. So this information is all based around the Kirk sort of kingdom stuff. So he knows there's a military presence there to help settle the populace. He is also aware that anyone who leaves and moves north of Borisov does so under their own cognizance. The military will not help anyone who sends forth an issued plea for help. And he is also aware that he has heard that, and I've suddenly realised I've got the wrong map here, because the Varkan Empire, which is the Sway Forest, which is up here, is potentially making a play to spread north in the forest. So he's aware that there is some little military actions going on, and he's just heard that through friends and contacts and stuff. So that information is a couple of months old. But he is aware that Borisov, as a place, initially did not have the resourcing to actually hold as many people as he's heard there are in there. So just be prepared for a very tight or possibly squalid environment.
Then the most likely place you would have come from then would have been Doontown.
Who?
Druid.
Yeah.
No. He's heard this. No, he comes from Crow, which is a small place.
No, he just said around.
Yeah, but part of my backstory was that I was actually around this swamp.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, Doontown's small. If that's the case, then the only other swamp is the Dogreach. Well, the Oven Swamp way down the south. There can be a small swamp by Crow. That's fine. It can be just.
Parth is fine. Yeah, it could be from Parth. That's like perfect. Parth or Dogreach, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, another.
That makes you Sarkeen, which is. Yeah, you don't behave like a Sarkeen. Sarkeen are right up themselves, and they are very royal and clean bloodlines and very stratified society and all sorts of things.
Oh, I didn't know that. I could play that. I don't give a shit. That sounds like fun.
Okay, if that's what you want to do.
Although that would explain his frivolous spending.
Yes, actually. Yeah. That's fine.
Okay, so you come from Path. So there's still military, but it's of course from those untrustworthy Kirkians. So you might not feel, because Risaki, or the Sarkeen Empire, as it's called, has not outright fighting, but has a certain amount of enmity towards the Kirkian kingdom, because Jara is recognized as the capital of the entire Skagan. And should you talk officially about the island, meetings would be held in Jara itself. Well, that'd be the interesting thing, Dave. He would not really understand you. You would be somewhere between a dog and some sort of wild animal, probably, in his eyes.
Drit is more like I really respond well to the people I've fought beside, so they're like, it's like a loyalty, I guess.
Okay,
so I don't really look down to people I fight next to, but like other people, like just regular commoners, like I can't stand them. But those people I fight beside they've earned their position in my eyes.
Okay, just remember that your character will show a certain level of prejudice, in that sense, and that's going to have to become part of your characteristic. So it will create some issues in encounters.
Okay.
But that's just it. So in general, not every Sarkeen, but in general, because you've got a fellow Sarkeen in Tatwald. In general, most Sarkeen see themselves as pure blood, the only pure blood on the island from the original mother continent of Thix, Thix.
Okay.
So, and like yes, the dwarves are very useful. They do help commerce, but they're not absolutely needed as everyone else. Don't understand the elves. They're just a huge problem puzzle to you. Vega is a dirty place that just is full of corruption. Kirkian's, well, the Kirkian's just a money land grabbers.
It sounds like people have picked almost the perfect cities for their play style.
Yeah. So just so you know that, I'll give you a bit more background. Tatwell's a bit different. He has had a different upbringing, so he doesn't adhere to the typical Sarkian Empire. So, okay, guys, so now we've got that. So that's the information you hear from Drip about Borisov, where you're going to. So, Scott, you head off to organise the boats. Megan, you head back down to, I guess, the pubs near the dock, hoping that that's where they're going to meet you. Haim, what are you doing? What are you going to do, Dave? And Ongun, what are you going to do?
I'm going to go and... I'd just like to go and do some shopping.
Okay, that's cool.
Yep.
Now, if you look in the Dropbox, I've got that items list of stuff up. Everything is there, except, of course, you can't buy metal armor and pole arms and stuff.
Yeah.
But you can see people who have the letter of sort of stuff. But there would be a few nobles around as well. But I mean, all the clothing is there. Or most of the 90% of those weapons are there. Provisions, the herbs. You can even buy some of those other herbs that you found naturally. Or if you're looking for a particular herb that does a particular thing, I can look it up and tell you which one it is, and you can buy that probably there. Livestock, miscellaneous equipment is there. Religious equipment is.
For some
reason, yeah,
I can only actually open one of those pictures.
Sorry,
which is weird.
Okay. What are the? While I try to find that, I'll see what the problem is there. So, Scott, what is it that you're trying to find exactly for the group?
I'll actually
what sort of job?
For a job, you know. Like
to get you to Borisov. Okay, cool. So, which equipment thing can you get open, Josh?
Just the equipment 3 is the only one that opens for me.
Okay, that's kind of weird. Okay, that is double weird because I can't open it now. No. Okay, I will email that to you. That might be easier.
I can open equipment 3.
That's the only one that I can open.
Yeah, same for me. Freaky. I can only open 3.
Oh, yeah, that's weird. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll send the other 2 to you. Okay, so it's coming through as 3Ds. Attach. Gotta find the bloody attachment now. Who was I up to? Sorry, who was I up to? So I know what Ongun's doing. I know what you're doing.
I'm assuming back to the bars. Drit's obviously doing his thing.
Oh yeah, Drit. What are you arrive a bit late. What are you doing after all of that?
I'm really not gonna mess with the commoners. Like, I'm just gonna go back to like my room I had rented out and wait to go onto the ship. So
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of like stay away from the populace.
Rightio. You will be asked to leave unless you're paying for another night. You'll be asked to leave at roughly 5 bells, 5 o'clock at night.
Hell yeah, I'm buying another room. I'm just gonna pay for the room again, so another 7.
Oh, okay, rightio. Well, no, tonight it's only 6 because you're a repeat. You're a returning person. And tonight they give you a menu so you can choose the meal that you want, and you also have a menu for the lunch meal. You probably would have had the breakfast one already. And the young man comes up and asks you, is there anything else you need that he can help you with?
Yeah, I need to go see your wood stove fire so I can save you guys some work.
He says, I'm sorry, I don't quite understand, sir.
I'm just going to say, never mind. Bring me the club sandwich.
Certainly, sir. Guys, I'm going to have to rescan that stuff because it's gone from my bloody computer. So
anything else?
So it's not there. But I will send it to you.
So do you want me to just have a look at the player's handbook now?
Yeah. Is there any particular herbs you really wanted to hunt out and use, or any particular ailments? So Scott, you're looking for jobs. Can you please give me a percentage roll, Scott? Andrew and Dan, you arrive in Axehead around about late, perhaps 5 or 6 o'clock-ish in the afternoon.
Okay. So we're going to circumvent coming in from the Roarus side. We're going to come in from the...
okay. Won't make that much difference, but yep.
Yeah. Just so
you do get stopped and asked your business. That's all.
No. Adventurers.
Adventurers. Yeah.
Crazy pricks.
Rightio. Okay. They just quickly explain, weapons are not to be drawn. If you're going and leaving the town, they don't seem to worry if you're going to wear your weapons as you head out. But if you're staying in town, they do expect you to respect that weapons do not need to be welded. Of course, if you need to keep a dagger down your boot, no one's going to object to that. And of course, no overt showing of armor or any sort of warfare sort of thing. Right. And he gives you a little bit of a rundown on the usual things about how, no one is going to
no killing,
be executed
no stealing.
Here.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you do, you will go to a court of law and be judged, and by whatever judge feels is right for your crime. That sort of stuff. There is no tax to enter. They get, this place is well paid for by all the trade it does. So, as I said, it's a pretty little town. You do see at the back of it, up on a raised sort of mound, big huge castellan, and it's really fat. It would be, I guess, around about 100 feet in diameter. In diameter.
Yep.
And stands about 4 levels tall. So it is quite big. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. I will also inquire with them if they've had any. I'm supposed to be meeting a pair of druids within the town. They should have arrived within the last couple of days.
Well, sorry, sir. No, I can't tell you that. I would suggest if you're looking for the druid, you go to the druid circle, and he sort of points the way.
Fantastic. We'll start there.
Okay. You get there, and I think you might find Haim, because I think Haim's sort of hanging out around there. Is that right, Haim?
Yeah.
Yep. So you'll meet up with Haim there.
I'm going to hang around, and whenever I see the old guy with what looks like a minute, I'd like
the market still be open?
Speak to him.
Yes, they would. Yep,
okay.
Haim.
If the market's still open, I'm going to grab very quickly my sack back off of Tatwall, and I'm going to take, a good couple of hundred of the silver from the swamp out of it, give it to Tatwald, and go buy some stuff.
Okay, Tatwald, where you go? Just while you're here. Okay, so you're off doing that. That's cool. Back to you, Dave. What are you going to do?
I'm going to ask the old guy, sword special? Sword important, right?
Yes.
So, sword is bad if sword falls into bad hands?
He said sword is bad, full stop. But yes, it's worse if it's in the unwise or improperly used hands.
So, Haim need protection.
He says the best protection I can suggest to you, but it's entirely your choice, is that you can find some way to have that sword not with you. But again, I am not going to say that you have to do that. I'm suggesting that might be the answer you need.
Or maybe nice shiny metal armor for him?
Or maybe
can you give paper?
Maybe no, I cannot. But maybe I don't want to defend the very thing that might turn around and obliterate us by making it harder to be
big
placed
sad
somewhere
face.
safe. Yeah.
Big sad face, shoulders down, walk away. Okay. Just say, oh, I will say thank you.
All right. Right. He really is. I mean, this guy is very wise, so he knows it's a foolish thing to actually tell you what to do. So he's wording his words very carefully, and all the way through he does that. You do get the feeling that he's still very respectful of you. Ongun, what sort of uses do you want in your herbs or stuff?
So I wanted to get a decent sized belt pouch for storing it all in, and then some herbs for stopping for improving clotting, so it stops bleeding.
Okay. Right. Stop bleeding.
Yeah. Stop bleeding.
There is a blood purifier if you want, and that's parsley.
So that would be more for things. That would be more for, say, I use that to clear the bloodstream of poisons or something like that. Yeah.
Yep. Or there's also something called hyssop, HYSSOP, and that does a lot of other things. It's good for respiratory ailments, jaundice, blood purifier, tonics. It helps cuts and wounds remain clean.
Okay, definitely some of that.
That is a little bit more expensive, but that is something that you can get. Just trying to quickly go through stuff to find anticoagulants. Coagulants, sorry, I beg your pardon, coagulants. There is something that helps you heal quicker, and that's something called fluellin, Fluellin. It's an astringent, but also a tissue strengthener. So, like, you would every so many days you get an extra hit point if that's what you want.
I'll grab some of that. Some amaranth, because I've got a note here. I've already got some that says that stops clot. That stops clotting. Don't worry.
Hang on a second. Amaranth. Yes. Anti-hemorrhaging. It stops bleeding.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Stops bleeding. So I want to pick up some of the what was the first one you said?
Hyssop. HYSSOP.
HYSSOP. And some hyssop, some amaranth, and there was one more. I can't remember what the other one was. What was the one that was the hyssop? The one that did like everything.
The hyssop did a lot more than parsley.
Okay.
There is one here that you might want to consider. Sorry, where did I see it? God, it's gone again.
Where am I going to find these?
Well, you just go through the market and you just look for what what you're looking for. That's all. That's all cool.
I mean descriptions so that I know what I'm.
Oh, I've got them in my book. You won't find them. But like the thing is, I've also got something called the Best of Dragon, and it's actually got some of these really plainly. Like there's one root that heals you 1d4 points of damage, but that's it. You can't get anything else from it. But there are some general use ones if you want. There's one that helps with fevers. There's one that's a general antiseptic astringent. There's one that works really well with dysentery. There's one that works well with coughs. There's one that is a sedative.
Actually, yeah, I might grab. Okay, yeah, I'll grab some more amaranth because I have a feeling I'm going to need it in the future. I'll definitely grab some of the hyssop because so many uses, and some of the sedative one.
Sedative? Okay, the sedative is
more painkillery type things. Something that I can say something like we fall down a mountain and people break their ankles again. I can give them something to chew on to ease the pain or something like that.
Okay, so sweet balm leaves. It calms nerves and it does have a calmative effect, but it's also very good for fevers.
So sweet balm leaves.
Yep. So the balm leaves can be kept dry. So what you do then is you either chew them or put them into a tea sort of thing. So that's all fine. That's not a problem. If you're wanting the other sedative, it also helps with heart problems. It can be either used as an asparagus juice or an asparagus root. So the root could be kept for a while, but that is an actual sedative.
So I'll take those 4: the amaranth, the hyssop, the balm leaves, and the root.
The asparagus root. Okay, that's all cool. Just having. Here's something. Sorry. Nerve and muscle sedative, painkiller, coughs. That might be beautiful for you.
Yeah. No,
okay. Scopolis. 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 Okay. So.
Amaranth, hyssop, sweet balm leaves, and the scopolis.
Rightio. So amaranth. You can purchase 6 doses for half a corin each.
So 6 doses.
Yeah, so that's 3 bar.
So 3 bar. Okay.
And this is preserved amaranth, so that will, as long as you don't get it super wet or anything, it will last for many, many years.
Okay, so 3 bar for that. Yep.
Yep. What was the next thing?
Hyssop.
Hyssop. Okay, hyssop. Okay, general. Okay, so hyssop is around about 5 decibar. About roughly. No, it would be around about 10 centibar. 10 centibar each, and you've got 7 of those.
About how much centibar? Sorry, I'm trying to pay attention to the
70 centibar.
70 centibar. So 7.
You have 100 centibar to 1 bar.
Yeah, so it'd be 7 bar. So.
No, 7. Right. No. You need 700 centibars to make 7 bar. Oh, it's like it's like 70 cents out of $1.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, the dwarf stuff's just based on decimal. That's all.
Okay.
A centibar is a cent, basically.
So far it's costing 4. What was it? 4 or 3 for the
3.7.
Okay, 3.7. Yeah.
Yep. What's the next thing you want?
Sweet balm leaves.
The balm leaves. Okay. The balm leaves, they cost 7 centibar each.
Okay.
And you can buy as many as you want there.
I'll grab 2 of those.
Okay.
2 lots, 2 doses.
Yep.
So
if you know what a bay leaf is, roughly that size and shape.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Yep.
So
and then
is it 7 centibar? It's 7 centibar a dose.
Yep. A dose. Yep. And scopolis. Okay. The scopolis is the most. It is actually already being prepared as a tincture. So basically, it's in a small vial, and it's this 2 drops into a cup of water or a cup of something.
Okay. How big's the vial?
The vial will be enough for 10 doses, but it costs 10 bar. It's already made up. You can buy the basic product a lot cheaper, but it won't last long.
But I'd be able to take that basic product, make it into my own tonic, and then it would keep for longer.
Yep, but it'd be a bit of a processing need on the equipment.
Okay.
Because as it is now, it's highly distilled, so it's very effective. You could still take some scopolis, but you'd probably get 1 or 2 uses out of it. You know, chuck it in the tea. It would be a little bit weaker than what they've got as a tincture.
Okay. How much would it cost just as the base scopolis?
Base? Okay, the base would be 2 bar each.
2 bar each. because I've got different. How much would does it come to if I get the So how much would it come to if I get the doses of the first lot and then the tincture, and then how much would it be if I just got the base Scopolis instead?
Well, the tincture is 10. I think I said 10 bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've got basically 10 uses out of it. It's actually cheaper to get the tincture because to get it costs you 20 bar to get the base, and you still got to base it all down.
I've just got to actually figure out what my currency, what I've got lying around.
Yep.
Okay, so do that.
Oh, and there's something you might want to get too. Tea has been known to help as an antidote to some general poisons. And you can get a pound of tea for around about, I don't know, 7 decibar. Which would give you around about 40 cups of tea. And when I say poison antidote, I mean, I'm talking to like general plants, some animal bites, that sort of stuff.
Okay.
But not like assassin poison or anything, because that's very specifically made, and it just wouldn't do it.
No, I think I'll just stick with the ones that I have.
Cool. Okay. Rightio. So Scott, sorry, what was the result of your percentile?
I couldn't roll, sorry, Steve. I don't.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'll do that for you now, matey. And what's your charisma score?
18.
Whoa. So that's a bonus of what? That's quite a bonus. Bonus and reaction. 18. And charisma. Charisma, 18 plus 35. Whoa. Okay, hang on a second.
35.
Yeah, plus 35. Which is really nice. Okay, right, here we go. Okay, you find a gentleman, well, you find you find a guy who actually says the best place to get the best deal would be in Smorgon. You could try at this Mercantile Guild to see if anyone's going from here through Smorgon up to Borisov. This would be the time of year to do that, being sort of the summer sort of time. If this was winter, they'd only be heading towards Kirk. So he's helpful, but not overly helpful for you to get a place right now. But he sort of gives you a general direction of where to go if you want to try now. So what would you prefer? He says you'll get much more choice in Smorgon than you will here.
I'll try anyway.
Okay.
But I'll be looking for either a trip to Smorgon, a short haul, or potentially the long haul.
Okay. Rightio. Just give me a second. You go over to the okay, you find a guy the same guy actually. He's willing to give you the job back that you had getting him down to Axhead to Smorgon. He's willing to pay the same amount.
Okay. Well, yeah, sounds good.
Cool. Okay. Rightio. He's leaving in 4 days, so you got a bit of time to do stuff.
Okay. All right. Yep.
Okay. So after all of that, you head back towards the Druids' repose.
Yep. I might do a little bit of shopping.
Okay, that's cool. I will send you guys a copy of the shopping list of stuff. Just remember, don't buy, if you're going to buy weapons, send me an email. You cannot buy metal armor, but I think almost anything else on that list is okay. Apart, of course, from mounts, and obviously, why would you buy saddlebags if you can't buy a horse?
How much experience did Drit earn?
I will post that in the community once I've added it all up, because you are in a place of... Yep. So the other thing too, you have 4 days. If you can afford to stay where you are, You have 4 days, which will be enough for you to actually go up the level, get the increase in hit points, get to choose a spell that you want to choose from that you studied or whatever. You would be able to do all that.
20. How much would I need? 24, 28? Or is it going down per night?
Is what going down per night? Oh, no, it's another, they stick at 6. Yeah, they sting you in the first night. But if you want to stay 4 nights, they're willing to do it for 5.5 every night for the next 4 nights.
5.5 every night? So.
Yep.
Yeah, just if you can before you leave, also check your, there was a PM that I sent you.
Okay, so Scott, when you wander back,
I'm gonna go to another inn and just like find a cheap room.
Okay,
because it's getting where like I'm kind of budgeting.
Yeah. Okay, so you've got it, but you do want a room to yourself that's relatively comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're prepared to spend, say, $2 a night, you can get something that would have a bed, a wardrobe sort of thing for clothes, a relatively nice sized desk, a hand basin, but you'd able to also there would be bars that you have to share with other people to go into, which would be extra cost, and you would get your breakfast and dinner as part of the deal, but you'd have to find your lunch somewhere else or go there.
$2 a night.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. So I'll just
very clean, nice and quiet. Yep.
Yeah, that's fine.
Husband and wife, they're very welcoming. They try to help you with anything. If you want to know anywhere about where to go and exit for anything, you get the impression that the woman would like to talk your head off, and the husband's more about business. But as I said, they're a good resource of information for later on.
Okay.
And that's basically where, unless anyone's got anything really important to do, we'll probably leave it there tonight, guys. It's already 10:15.
You're
over
about
here.
to say something to me.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to say it before I finish. But is there anything really important that anyone wants to do?
Only if it's within the 4 days. I'm going to try and find out if there's any wizards other than Drit in Axehead.
Okay, so that is important because right now you're sort of at the Druid Circle with Haim talking when Helt wanders up and suddenly realizes who Haim's talking to. And that's where we'll leave it.
Cool.